not only related to the glaciers that might partially melt during any future eruption, but also due to its highly weak and hydrothermally altered southwestern section. In the last 6,000 years, this altered region produced three major collapses, two of which inundated large swaths of what is now the modern community of Trout Lake, population 875 and up to 65 feet thick of debris, with one of these events possibly having reached the Columbia River. Add this to the fact that two of these collapses occurred unrelated to an eruption, and that any future eruptions since all recent Mount Adams eruptions have had a degree of explosiveness to them would disrupt regional air traffic. It should come as no surprise that Mount Adams is classified as a high-threat volcano, with 6,475 people living in its various hazard zones. And today, Mount Adams has produced a record number of earthquakes in recent months, although these figures are still fairly low compared to other volcanoes and we don't yet know their cause. Mount Adams is the second largest stratovolcano in the entire Cascade Mountain range, with a volume of 300 cubic kilometers, only being behind Mount Shasta's 350 cubic kilometers. This large volume geologic history can be owed to both its consistently high eruptive rate, being fed by partial melting generated from a tectonic plate collision, but also its absurdly old age, with its cone having been growing since 520,000 years ago. But, even before this cone began to grow, the region was already marked by scattered volcanism via what is known as the Mount Adams volcanic fields since 940,000 years ago. These early eruptions formed scattered cinder cones and lava flows, many of which, albeit while highly eroded, can still be seen on the margins of the modern volcano. Yet, you might have noticed off-center magma that several large vents are located on Adams's eastern side. This is no coincidence, as Adams's magma chamber is still to this day off-center to the east, with additional eruptions 520,000 to 460,000 years ago occurring 3.1 miles southeast of its modern summit. These initial eruptions were highly explosive, producing thick dacite lava flows and domes that the later volcano would build upon. Afterwards, eruptive activity shifted to its modern location beneath what would become the summit of the volcano. These early eruptions were moderately explosive but produced numerous lava flows, building an apron of lava flows that created a circular 18-mile diameter apron of material that filled in the rugged terrain from prior volcanic field vents and constructed the complete base of Mount Adams. Cone building followed, with overlapping layers of andesite lava and ash being emplaced during frequent eruptions across the next 459,000 years. However, while last 50,000 years the main cone never became inactive, it entered unusually active periods approximately 500,000, 400,000, and 50,000 to 30,000 years ago, with the latest such period building the top 250 meters or 820 feet of its modern cone. During this time span, the flank shield volcano known as Goat Butte formed 150,000 years ago and the Little Mount Adams cinder cone formed 67,000 years ago. The volcano entered a less active period for a time until around 15,000 years ago it produced a series of explosive eruptions that topped the volcano in a layer of tephra. After the end of the Holocene eruptions last ice age, 11 eruptions occurred from Adams' summit, never rating higher than a 2 on the 0 to 9 volcanic explosivity index, although 4 eruptions occurred on its flanks, emplacing fairly sizable andesite lava fields which each covered as much as 6.9 square miles. The next eruption from Mount Adams is likely to be moderately explosive and occur from its summit, but when this will occur is unknown, although statistics suggest sometime in the next 1,000 years. As a final note, I would like to thank my new YouTube channel member Terrence P. Urbanis for supporting this